This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, today we'll see one end-to-end example. So here we'll use the Power Query, Power Pivot, Power View. So one end-to-end example we'll see today. So I have the raw files in Excel sheet. I have the sales order table, customers table, and a reasons table, and I have products table. So first extract all these tables into the Power BI. So today we are working with the management insights project. So first extract all that Excel sheets into the Power BI and create a relationship data model. Create the data model like this. So here I have the data model for the products table. So there is a common column between products data and sales data. The common one is product description index. So if you double click on it, it will show you one dialog box. So what is the relationship between these two tables? There is a many to one relationship. There is a many to one relationship, and this relationship is active. The relationship between sales data and products, that is a many to one. So that relationship you have to create it. So I'll share you this project to you and this example. So what is the relationship between reasons table and sales data? That is a one-to-many relationship. The common column is index. So like that, we have this is the date dimension. This is a customer dimension, product dimension, and reasons dimension. Here we have, and here we have sales data. If you want to create measures or new columns, you can create in the fact table. You have to create in the fact table. And here I have one more table, that is a metric selection, that is a supporting table. That is a supporting tables, and these are also supporting tables. Key measures, cumulative totals, time comparisons, moving averages. So this is the data model we are using to create a dashboard. So did you understand the relationship between these tables? That is a one-to-many. So let me tell you one-to-many example. One department can have many employees. It's the best example for the one-to-many. So let's come to the visualization. In the step one, so you will extract all these files. So once you extract all these files, the second step, you will create the relationship between fact table and dimension table. Okay. So then using the power pivot, you will create the calculations. So let me calculate total sales. So in Power Pivot, you can write the formulas. So I want to calculate total sales. It's a sum of total revenue. The sum of total revenue. That's a measure I want to calculate. Calculation you can do here. Say total sales 01. It's a sum of total revenue. So total revenue is the column that is available in sales data table. So here I am getting the total sales. So to display the total sales, I'm going to use data card here. Let me use the data card. This is the data card. So what is that? It's a total sales. Total sales here I have. Similarly, let me calculate total costs. Total costs. It's a sum of so here I'm going to use the iterative function sumx iterative function. So in that it is expecting a two parameters table and expression. So let me take the table that is sales data is the fact table and I want to calculate total costs. It's a multiplication of order quantity and total unit cost. Total unit cost. It's a multiplication of order quantity and total unit cost. So then I'll get the total costs. So I got the total costs here. So use the data card for that. Right. So parallelly, I'm creating a formula using Power Pivot and I'm visualizing the data. Right. Let me take the year data. So year information will be in the date dimension. Let me take year value. It is not showing the year value. Let me search here. So here I have year value. Let me take the year value. So let me take the slicer as a filter. Here I'm using the filter, right? That is slicer. So here we have the different types of visualizations. Let me use the slicer. Let me check the data for the 2014 total sales and total costs. So instead of displaying this slicer, the check boxes, I want to display the switch buttons. To display the switch buttons, come to the formatting, and come to the option general. So use the option horizontal. Now it is displaying the buttons. Let me do some formatting on it. So these are the items, right? So here in the items property, you can see the font color and background. Let me change the font color. And give the background color. Right. So now it is displaying the buttons. And also I required the quarter number. Let me take the quarter value here. Use the slicer. General. Use the horizontal. So use the orientation as a horizontal. And do some report formatting. If you want to do the report formatting, just click on the format. So these are the report formatting properties. And let's come to the items. And let me give the background color for this. So I want to check the data, 2014 data and quarter 3 data. So your visuals are changing, right? So here I calculated total sales and total profits. And now I want to calculate percentage profit margins. So it's a division of total sales. So it's a division of total profits and total sales. If you get any 1/0 error, so I want to replace with value 0. So that's this formula I'm using to calculate the percentage profit margins. Create the new measure. Let me create a new measure. Let me calculate percentage profit margins. Here it is giving the error. Say, actually it is a measure, right? Total profits is the measure. So measure will be indicated by this square bracket. So I required total sales, total profits. So I have the total profits here. And next one, I required total sales, sales. So here I have total sales measure. So then I can calculate percentage profit margins. So here I did some calculations. If you required, if you want to enter some data into the table, because I want to use some user table. So there is an option enter data. So user can create his own table. Let me give the column name as metric and metric index. So here I have the different metrics like the revenue, costs, and profits. So revenue, I have costs, and I have profits. These are the different metrics. And let me give the metrics index 1, 2, and 3. So give the table name. That's the let me give the metric selection 0, 1. So I'm creating a new table here. So that will appear in the data model relationships. Check the relationship also. So metric selection table is created, right? So here, so what I want to do here, so whatever the metric selection I selected, so that I want to display. For example, if I select the metric, I want to display. If I selected the metric as a revenue, I want to display that one as a revenue. So here I have metrics, different metrics, costs, profits, and revenue, right? Let me take slicer further. If I select the cost, in data card, I want to display cost. If I select the profits, I want to display profits here. So for that, let me use one function. Let me get the metric selected. So for that, I'm using, so DAX contains functions. So I'm using the DAX function selected value. I'm using the function selected value. So if you select the cost, so that value I want to display on data card. So here I am using the metric. Metric. Let me select the metric. If I select the metric revenue, I want to display revenue. If I select the metric cost, I want to display cost. If you don't select anything, default it will display revenue. Let me rename it. Still calculating. Metric select. For that I'm using the visualization card here. This is the card because I selected the profits. If you select the cost, it will display the cost. If you don't select anything, default it will display revenue. Let me write one formula. If the metric selection is revenue, I want to calculate total sales. For that I am using the switch statement. So let me use switch statement. If metric selection is revenue, I want to calculate total sales. The metric selection is costs. I want to calculate total costs. The metric selection is profits. I want to calculate total profits. So this switch statement I want to use here in the DAX. Let me give them measure name. This is selected metric. Selected metric. Let me write the expression, true expression. If you want to come to the next line, just click on the control button and enter. We'll come to the next line. If the metric selected is revenue, I want to calculate total sales. Let's come to the next line. So in the switch statement, you can write multiple conditions. So metric selected is if it is costs, so then I want to calculate total costs. Total costs. Right. Let's come to the next line. Write another condition. If the metric selected is profits, I want to calculate total profits. Else, the default value, let me take total sales. Else, if none of this, if it is either profits or sales, if I don't select anything, default will take the else condition. In else condition, I'm writing the total sales. And this is the end statement for the true state for the switch statement. So let me calculate selected metric. That is calculated. Let me take table report. So here I have a table report. So you can also bring that one into the focus mode. So here I required some columns. I required the column city. The city column will be in the regions. Let me take city, and I require total sales. Total sales. Total sales. And I require total costs and profits. Costs and profits. And we calculate one measure, that is a selected metric. Selected metric. Let me bring it back to the report. So this is a table report I have created. Let me increase the font size. So click on the table report and come to the report formatting. And here I have column headers. Let me use the black color. You can apply the fonts and you can increase the font size. Let's come to the values and you can change the font colors and background colors. Let me increase the font size. I increase the font size. Okay. Let me select the costs. So it is calculating total costs. Let me select the profits. It is displaying profits and it is displaying the profits here. So that's why I have written that switch statement here. Let me take one bar chart. Here I have a one bar chart, clustered bar chart. Let me take the bar chart here. So in this bar chart, I want to display selected metric by city. Selected metric by city. So city is a category, string data, and selected metric, that is a numerical data. So here you have to identify what is string data, what is numeric data. If you click on this bar chart, here it is showing the value section and access. Generally on access, we will take string data. On value section, we will take values. So here, what I want to display selected metric by city. Let me take city on access and selected metric. take selected metric on value section. Let me change the value. So all of your visualizations, your bar chart is changing for the profits and for the revenues, for the costs. So here I have used bar chart. So in the next, let me display selected metric by channel. Selected metric by channel. So for that, I'm going to use donut chart. Similarly, I required selected metric by warehouse code. For that also, I will use donut chart. The next visualization, I required selected metric by date. For that also, I will use donut chart. So here I have the donut chart. So in this visualization, I required selected metric by channel. So channel column is the string information. So let me take drag and drop channel here. And next one I required selected metric. Let me create two more visualizations for this. So first one is showing selected metric by channel. But here in the second visualization, I required selected metric by warehouse code. So let me search for the warehouse code. So warehouse code is in sales data table. Let me drag to the legend. So in the third visualization, let me take selected metric by date or year, whatever it may be. So let me take the year, the third visualization. Because I selected 2014. So the 2015, it will change the date. So let me give the name of the dashboard. So here I have a text box. Let me use the text box. This is a management insights. I give the name of the dashboard. So management insights. So let me calculate one more thing here. Cumulative profits. Let me calculate cumulative profits. Like I want to calculate like a cumulative performance for the selected metric. So let me create calculation top on fact table. Create a measure. Select cumulative performance. Performance. So for that I'm using the function calculate function. So calculate first it is expecting expression. Second one is filter. First I want to calculate, I want to get the expression that is a I already calculated that one. That is a measure. That is a selected metric. Selected metric. So here I want to calculate cumulative performance, cumulative totals. So let me write the condition to calculate the cumulatives. So there is a condition I can write in the DAX. So I'm using the filter. Filter is expecting a table. Let me take the dates table. Dates is the date dimension table. So from the dates table, I'm writing one condition to find out the cumulatives. So date less than or equal to maximum of dates of date. So then I can calculate cumulatives. We get the cumulative performance. So I calculated cumulative performance, right? Let me take one area chart. Take the date. I want to display cumulative performance by the date. So date I will take on axis. So let me take only the date. I don't require the date hierarchy. I calculated cumulative performance. So I have the cumulative performance. Let me drag and drop here. So it is showing cumulative performance by the date. So like that, you can create an end-to-end index. So we got this visualization from this Excel sheet. So first extract all this data into the Power BI and create the relationship like this. You can also increase or decrease the size. And you can write the DAX formulas and you can create the visualizations. So you can see the data for the 2014. All of your visuals are changing. Check the data for 2015 and 16. For the 2016, I want to check the data, Q1 data. So all of your visuals are changing. So this is about management insights. I can share you this one. So already we have the reference dashboard. This is the reference dashboard. Here we have. I can share this dashboard with you. So this is another dashboard. And we designed this one. I think I have your emails with me. Let me send you this end-to-end example. can you please type your emails? I think I missed the emails. Yeah, can you please type the emails? Let me share the code as well. Let me stop the session, and tomorrow I'll come up with another example. So let's stop the session today, and at the same time we'll discuss another example. I think I have another insurance project Excel sheets. So from that we'll create the visualization. Let me stop the session today.